23rd game in a row, Baltimore super fans sold out Memorial Stadium, and the Colts and the Falcons did not let them down. On Baltimore's very first play from scrimmage, it looked almost too easy. Unitas to Tom Matty, and just like that, it was 7-0 Baltimore. Number 40, Ron Smith, took the Colts kickoff on the 1. Atlanta was no longer the youngster in the NFL, and they announced it on this play. The Colts were playing the Falcons last year when Unitas' shoulder was injured. Sunday, it was a brand new year. Unitas to Tony Lorick, who took it from there. As the first quarter ends, Unitas hits John Mackey for 15 yards. Number 19 found Mackey again. Unitas let it be known to all that the injured shoulder is no more. Jimmy Orr makes it 14-7. The first half also belonged to men like Bracy, Miller, and Billy Ray Smith. The Colts' Bobby Boyd intercepted out of nowhere and gave the defense a piece of the new 24-7 score. And they didn't let up. This time, it was Mike Curtis and Don Shinnick. As the half neared a close, the Colts wanted one more touchdown. Tony Lorick moved to the 2. When the halftime gun sounded, number 33 Lorick had widened the score to 31-7. Second half started with a bang. Number 30, Ernie Wheelwright, blasted open for 35 yards. Veteran poise put Atlanta quarterback Randy Johnson into Colt territory. Atlanta scored their second touchdown when tight end Taz Anderson bowled in with a Johnson pass. Now it was Atlanta who was hot. New Falcon Tommy McDonald, number 8, struck inside the Baltimore 20. But Michigan rookie Rick Volk took a sure touchdown away from Billy Martin as the quarter ended. The Falcons were not to be denied, however. Defensive back Lee Callan returned an interception 77 yards. And to a shocked Baltimore crowd, the score read Colts 31, Falcons 24. But it was Johnny Unitas' day, and the Falcons couldn't hold him back. On this Sunday, September the 17th, he threw for over 400 yards, more yardage than any quarterback in Colt history. And halfback Tom Matte ended it like it began, with a Colt touchdown and a thrilling 38-31 victory.
The Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers have waged gridiron war since 1934. In those 33 years, the Steelers have tasted victory but once. In their initial 1967 encounter, played before the Steelers' largest opening day crowd ever, the Steelers' defense told a new story. With the Bears trailing 3-0 early in the first period, Gale Sayers received 3 yards deep in his own end zone. His blazing 103-yard gallop not only thrust the Bears into the lead, but also went down as the longest scoring play in Bears history. Sayers' electrifying epic inspired the Bear defense. Number 24, Rosie Taylor, picked off an attempted pass and scored Chicago's second touchdown in 3 minutes. Another Chicago moment of glory was short-lived. Despite the all-pro heroics of Sayers, the Bears could not generate any offensive momentum. Coach George Halas knows that Sayers can't do it alone. The pregame shakes apparently gone. The Steelers go to work with number 23, Cannonball Butler. Number 14, Bill Nelson, next selects fullback Bill Asbury on a short swing. Asbury's gain sets up the second Steelers field goal, and the Bears' lead is lessened, as evidenced by the Steelers' enthusiasm. Pursued by the Steeler rush, Bears quarterback Larry Rakestraw overthrows his mark. And number 47, Marv Woodson, is there to set up the first Steeler touchdown of the new season. Bill Nelson wastes little time in delivering a strike to number 82, tight end John Hilton. Hilton outmuscles the Bears defenders and goes in for the score. The Steelers are on the move again in the second quarter as they continue to dominate play. Cannonball Butler. Number 45, Dick Compton. Number 36, Charlie Bivens. And John Hilton keep the attack moving. Bill Asbury does the honors at the goal line and climaxes a drive with a 6-point run. It's Asbury again in the third quarter. On this 73-yard run, Asbury gained more than 4 times what Chicago runners could muster all day. 2 plays later, former Bear Charlie Bivens vaulted for 6 more as the Steelers increased their margin. The Bears ran into more trouble and the Steelers more points. Mike Clark toes a field goal to increase the Steelers' lead. Reading a Chicago blitz, Nelson tosses one into the outstretched arms of number 45, Dick Compton, for 32 yards. Bill Asbury takes it in for his 2nd touchdown of the day. In the 4th quarter, the scene is the same, only the names are changed. First, it's Charlie Bivens over the middle with a Nelson aerial for 24 yards. The end around with flanker Roy Jefferson, number 87, takes the ball to the 7. From there, behind a solid wall of protectors, Nelson spears Dick Compton on a slant end to cap a smashing 41-13 victory by Pittsburgh.
Is ushered in with a new look. It extends from the goalpost to the Vikings' new head coach, Bud Grant, on the left, who makes his NFL debut against Jack Christensen of San Francisco. For the first time in their 7-year history, the Vikings begin the season with a new quarterback. He's number 15, Ron Vanderkellen, who succeeds the scrambler, Fran Tarkenton, traded to the New York Giants. In the opening period, San Francisco's rush makes Vanderkellen resemble his predecessor. Center Mick Tinglehoff, an ineligible receiver, deflects the ball, and Dave Wilcox intercepts for the 49ers. On a play-action pass, John Brody swings the ball out to John David Crow for 15 yards. Crow crashes across, and San Francisco leads by 7. In the second period, number 40, Ken Willard, turns the corner for a first down. Quarterback John Brody, number 12, has this pass picked off by Ed Shirachman. The run back is good for 37 yards. At the 2-yard line, Minnesota fumbles away its scoring opportunity when Vanderkellen fails to handle the snap. Power runner Ken Willard gives San Francisco room in which to operate. Number 42, Doug Cunningham, a rookie from Mississippi, is off to his first NFL touchdown. The play covers 64 yards and puts San Francisco up by 14 points. On the following series, the Vikings are forced to punt. The receiver is the same Doug Cunningham, who takes it right back to Minnesota for 57 more yards. The final defender, punter Bobby Walden, prevents Cunningham from scoring again. But nobody stops Gary Lewis, who rips right up the middle for a 26-yard touchdown and a 21-0 San Francisco lead. Late in the quarter, Vanderkellen throws long. The pass is short and will be intercepted by Kermit Alexander. After a 48-yard return, Vanderkellen takes him down, but the interception sets up a last-second field goal for a 24-0 San Francisco Bow. Third period play finds Brody throwing to the 49ers' newest receiver, Sonny Randall, for a gain of 41 yards. A 34-yard field goal by Tommy Davis makes it 27-0 San Francisco. On the first play of the last period, Ron Vanderkellen passes to rookie John Beasley to put Minnesota on the scoreboard. A heretofore dormant Viking attack is coming to life. Dave Osborne breaks into the open on a 73-yard run, which helps cut the lead to 27-14. The Vikings have taken the momentum away from San Francisco and are dominating the fourth quarter. Paul Flatley turns this pass into a pickup of 19 yards. Again, it's the combination of Ron Vanderkellen to Paul Flatley that foils the 49er defense. Vanderkellen covers the last 5 yards on his own to cap a 21-point fourth quarter comeback, but it's not enough to overcome San Francisco's early margin. Despite the 27-21 loss, the new-look Vikings made new fans in Minnesota.
Unfortunately, Ron Vanderkellen was not the answer to the Vikings quarterback question, as he lost all 3 games he started in 1967.
For Bart Starr, pro football's #1 quarterback, opening day was indeed a disappointment. Harassed and hurried by Detroit's forceful and efficient defense, Starr suffered through one of the most dismal days of his 12-year career. He was blitzed, bombed, and intercepted. The hustling Detroit secondary stole 4 of Starr's passes in the first half. This is an especially remarkable feat when you consider that Starr had only 3 passes intercepted during an entire season in 1966. Lim Barney, a rookie from Jackson State, returned one of these interceptions for the game's first score. Throughout the first quarter, Coach Joe Schmidt saw his squad move freely and consistently against the respected Packer defense. A 33-yard sideline sprint by rookie Mel Farr moved the Lions into scoring range. A Milt Plum to Ron Kramer touchdown completion was nullified by a holding penalty. Lions' scoring threat fizzled out, but Wayne Walker offered a solution. His 47-yard field goal moved Detroit into a 10-point lead. In the second period, Plum riddled the Packers center with sharp passes and sent Mel Farr slashing off tackle for consistent yardage. A knifing tackle by Bob Jeter temporarily halted the Lion drive. But 2 plays later, Amos Marsh powered into the end zone to give Detroit a surprising 17-0 halftime lead. In the second half, Donnie Anderson started the Packers on the road back as he stormed up the sideline on a 41-yard punt return. Number 68, guard Gale Gillingham, cleared a touchdown pass for Elijah Pitts, and Green Bay trailed by 10. Late in the period, after some detailed instructions from Coach Vince Lombardi, Starr bombed the Lions with a 51-yard play-action pass to Swift Carroll Dale. At the opening of the final period, Starr continued to move the Packers through the air. Jim Grabowski, displaying surprising speed, turned a short screener into a long gain. Elijah Pitts drove in for the touchdown as the Detroit advantage dwindled to 3 points. In typical Lombardi fashion, with just minutes to play, the Packers launched one of their daring beat-the-clock drives. Elijah Pitts took a swing pass, then sidestepped, sprinted, and straight-armed his way for 84 yards to the Lion 13. With 1 minute to play, Don Chandler evened the game with a 28-yard field goal. Final score, 17-17. A tie for the Packers, a moral victory for the Lions. But neither ties nor moral victories mean a thing in the NFL.
This week in the NFL saw 4 kickoffs returned for touchdowns. The longest and the best belonged to Gale Sayers of the Chicago Bears, which measured 103 yards, the longest in Bear history.